When dealing with people like bullies, workplace bullies, people that are insulting you or patronizing you, what is the best technique conversationally to disarm them or to come out on top, per se, whatever that might mean?
The simplest version of that for me is to use improvisation. Yes and.
What's the yes and technique?
The yes and is just when you acknowledge what they're saying and you're just building on top of it, right? It's like, yes, and you're right. Sometimes I can be a bit of an idiot. It requires you to remove your ego, though. And it just doesn't give them a leg to stand on. They go, oh, you're an idiot. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a bit clumsy at times. I know that. And they don't know where to go with that after that. Right? They go, oh, yeah, and you're stupid. And you go, you know what? I've done so many stupid things in my time as an entrepreneur. If you've seen some of it, I hope you haven't seen all of it.
Aren't you letting them win, though, in that situation?
It depends on how you define win. To me, I'm just not going to be hooked into this. Whereas before, I would defend myself.
Because what's the opposite of yes and?
The opposite of yes and is yes but, right? And the classic scenario is if you said something to them simple as, and I remember sharing this with one of my clients where I saw in their calls, when people were arguing with them about their prices, they would say, yes, but the reason we're more expensive is because we spend a lot more on R&D and we update our software all the time. So all of a sudden, when you say yes, but, you're taking your conversation to a negative direction. But means whatever you say, I'm going to negate that and I'm going to give you my version of reality. Whereas when you say yes and, the same thing, you could critique them and say, oh, I think your services are too expensive. Yes, and Stephen, the reason for that is because we invest heavily in research and development. So all of a sudden, when you say yes and, you're taking it in a positive direction. You say yes, but, you're taking it in a negative direction. One, we're going to build upon this and we'll work through this. One, I'm negating what you're saying. And I'm just going to share and force my version of my reality. Even you say that your content sucks. Yes, and I know sometimes we put out content that just misses the mark. I'm human. And then there's no fire now because we're not creating the friction to create a fire. And I again take that path because I'm just not interested in just arguing for blatant arguing. I'm just not interested in that.